You're listening to Singapore's hottest campus radio station.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears.
Radio Heatwave.
Hello, everyone. You're watching the hottest thing on campus, Radio Heatwave. I'm Bea, and today in the studio we have a very special guest, ICEBOX.
What up, gang? I am Leo. I'm using a little of ICEBOX. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old. Yeah. Is that wait? Everything's recording, right?
Okay, so Leo,
Yeah.
my name's Leo.
What?
I have to ask, why do you call this?
Oh, here we go. Long story short, when I was 9, I went to this Christmas party, and then I'm Filipino, so we party hard. You know, we got loud karaoke, we got beer, and we got like a lot of food. So we put the drinks in this big ice box, and my father got really drunk, and he just told you like, take a beer for him. And I took the beer for him, and he was like, thanks. So he turns around, and his butt hits me, and I trip into the ice box, and the ice box was just like, no lie. I just locked there the whole night, and everyone's drunk. Yeah, I just slept there because I just didn't question it. Is wrong with me? Like something's wrong with me when I was 9, you know. And I woke up and I started loving music. So yeah.
Oh, is that why it's your music name now?
Yep.
How?
Yeah, not that deep, guys. It's just okay. It's quite deep, but like, yeah, I don't know why everyone was expecting, but that's the reason why.
Okay, so you say you've been doing this since you were 16, right? So is it like you've been songwriting since you were 16, singing since you were 16? What's your story?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to be an engineer by traditional Filipino tradition. Wow, that is a sentence. But like, in quarantine, when my parents they got locked in Philippines because they took a flight there for vacation, and then like they just like got stuck there because everything got locked down. So I just decided to like pick up hobbies because there's nothing to do at home, you know. Like you can't go out and you can't like go groceries in peace. So I just picked up the guitar and I started writing songs. I really liked it, and so that changed my trajectory. I decided to pursue music in poly, and it worked out really well. And then everything from there is just the rest is history.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so now you call yourself a singer, songwriter, and producer. Can I ask what part of making music excites you the most?
Well, all of them. That is like the standard answer. Yeah, I have a sweet spot for in my heart for production. Yeah, I love working with like different people, because that allows you to put yourself in a different headspace and like think for, like, you know, when you're making a song for Regina's song or you're making a song for like Shaza, it's very different from when you're making a song for yourself or like anything. And you get to try new things, and then you learn a lot of stuff down the road, and you can like put that in your own thing, you know? Yeah, I love production.
So as you said, when you're making songs for different people, you have to consider different genres and styles. What genres and styles would you say have influenced you and your music the most?
It won't sound like it, but I started in EDM. So like, bro, I was like on that 2014 Martin Garrix running bro with all the most. Yeah. And then like, I think that has like carried over to my modern productions. The idea of what like I know I do pop now and like a lot more like rock or like indie stuff, but I always carry over like a lot of the stuff I learned in EDM and like try to make it so that my productions don't sound like the normal indie or rock ones.
Yeah, actually, you being into EDM explains why you love producing.
Oh yes, yeah. I do. I just be that guy with the Kool-Aid and a Monster Energy drink that stays up until 4 a.m. and just making tracks.
Oh, okay. So you have a new song that came out about a month ago, Candlelight.
Yeah.
Can I ask what the creative process and journey for this song was?
What was that? That was a really special one actually, because if we're looking back, whenever I release songs, they have to be finished like a month before. Right. So like if you look at it, it came out in what's it called? June. Sorry, I was so sorry. Yeah, it came May. It came out in May. So like you'd have to finish it by like June, right? We don't know by April. Wow, time is the concept, guys. So like the last song I released was in July 2025, and that means that the last time I wrote anything was like June. So it was almost a year since I did anything creative for myself, and that song was a really special one because I think we wrote it in December and January. I wrote it with my friend Claire Javier, and yeah, it was special. We weren't expecting anything to come out. Initially, I was like writing something for her, but she was like, "Hey, let's turn things around. Let's write something for you." So yeah, I felt really good. Took about maybe like 2 or 3 months of like constant late nights in the studio and like trying new things, moving my production to combine like the old stuff I made and like trying new things I've learned. Yeah, so that was really, a long journey, but it was a good one.
Yay! So we were looking through your discography and like also listening to Candlelight. And it's very intense and honestly quite vulnerable emotions. When you release a song, do you ever like, have you ever released a song that you felt was a bit too personal? Or do you ever feel like that strong attachment to songs when you release?
Let's see. I think one that was really close to home was Lessons. Yeah, that was really written like from the heart. I think a lot of people in the arts would like agree with me when I say that like most of the most like your most genuine and like passionate art comes from when you're not looking to make it. So like I wrote that in like 20 minutes. Came very fast for me. Everything came very naturally, but it's also because I was really in that season where I was like in my darkest trenches. Yeah, and it's like very, very hard to just like ignore how massive the feelings are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that one, every time I listen to it, it's like I can see that I perfectly encapsulated like what I was feeling in that season. So yeah, I keep like listening to that. I think it's one of the few songs that like has a 60 to 70% chance of that making you cry live. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay. So when you're putting songs that are so vulnerable out there, and as someone who loves like very intense songs with very strong emotions, I want to ask, how do you feel about people interpreting your song? Like, do you prefer to explain it, or do you like leave it up to interpretation?
I mean, it's a combination of like, so I make my art and I write my songs like for myself. They are my stories put on paper for you to like listen and like see how I'm into it. But you like your favorite songs because you can relate to it. Like if you're like breaking up, then you listen to Keshi and then you're like, wow, it hits because you're relating to his story, but you're not going through exactly what he went through, and you're like attaching the emotions that are similar and that remind you of like how you feel like from that song. I feel like that's something that's so magical that I really like doing because it makes me very amused that like I'm not the only one that goes through this stuff, you know. But that like people that listen to my songs and like tell me that they relate to it. It also kind of shows you that like while it is like a rough season or like a bad feeling to have, like you're not going through it alone, and it's nice to know that people out there, like, yeah.
So as a producer, it's a bit more different than being a singer-songwriter. Can I ask what details of making music do I specifically drawn to?
Oh, I love just like trolling. I'm a say it, bro. Like most of the productions that like I've made for people that I really thought were like special are the ones that I've like I gotta sit you down for tea and then like talk to you for like 2 hours about how I accidentally discovered the chords for Dinosaur because Shah tripped on the chair and then hit her hand on the keyboard and then she played the chord. And I was like, whoa, there's the one. And then she accidentally pressed the button that like off the keyboard, so we reset the whole thing, and then we spent another 3 hours trying to like find how to do it just for one song, you know. And so like I think there's not a specific like process I'm drawn to, but it's all those like small moments in the studio that's like unerasable from your memory.
Yeah. Okay, so now moving on to more performing. So being a performer and like being on stage and having that kind of stage presence, what is it like? I've always been curious, what is it like to flick from an upbeat song to a very sad?
So it's pretty sick because in music, like for you have a lot of roles, you know. You have like most people just like look at Taylor Swift or like Sabrina Carpenter and be like, oh my god, like that's a very good song of hers, you know. And like you have this association that like Sabrina Carpenter made that song, but you don't know that there's like producers, there's people that mix the songs, there's people that edit like vocals in a certain way. It's the same for live. So a lot of people like the live stuff more because there's like arrangements, you know, and like, you know, Michael Jackson, a lot of bands out there, they like arranging their own stuff live. And that's something that's always been so close to me because I can find really creative ways to like what you said, go from like something really upbeat and then grow up from like somewhere really down. And because it's like, people write their albums or like their projects to be listened in a certain way. It's the same thing for live, you know. Sometimes like you want to start with the upbeat songs to like draw the crowd in and then like eventually take them to a moment that's more vulnerable. I think it's really magical that every time I try arranging my songs for a live set, I can create this whole new mood just by like changing the order or like, you know, like immediately just changing the mood from like going from like super upbeat and then like really slow and like damn.
Yeah.
We're just jumping 5 minutes ago. No one like crying, you know, yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much. I have one last question before I move on to the game segment.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Okay, what do you hope people think about or get out of after listening to Candlelight?
I really wrote that song so that like my closest friends know that like they're not alone whenever they go through like their really rough times, and because I'm also someone that like resonates with that whole feeling of like you can be surrounded by a million people but still feel lonely. So but all you really need is that one voice out there to tell you that like, you know, you're not alone. Yeah, so yeah, don't cry guys. Wait, you're not alone. Saying like
Okay, thank you so much. Now we're doing part 2 of ICEBOX's interview with Radio Heatwave. We're doing a little game. It's going to be a quick-fire game.
Oh.
So I noticed during your interview you give really good answers with a lot of insight. This doesn't matter here.
oh okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Quick, you have 3 seconds. My partner here will show her hand. 1,
Oh.
3, and you must answer. We're moving on to the
Oh,
next
whoa,
question.
okay. Whoa. Alright. I'm stressed now.
So I have 20 questions for you.
30
Fine.
seconds. Okay, fine. Wait, let's go.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Don't. Why are you scaring me, man? Okay, let's go.
Question 1. What's your dream collaboration?
Ashton Irwin.
Okay. Lyrics or production?
Ravioli serotonin. Yeah.
Studio or stage?
Studio One. Why is there? Is it a software? But yeah, let's go.
Okay. One instrument you'd love to master?
Didgeridoo.
Greatest musical influence?
Renata Bliss.
Okay, if not music, what career would you have?
Chef.
Okay. A city you'd love to perform in?
Ooh, Vatican City.
The most rewarding part of you making music?
I
don't think we can include the answer. Most rewarding part of making music?
dry cabinets with headphones. Yeah.
A lyric you've written that you're most proud of?
Whoa. She put me in a strainer and it feels so good.
Oh, that'll always make you emotional.
Dang, Animals by Nothing Derek.
A genre you'll probably never do.
Whoa, new metal.
Okay, a hardest part of being an independent artist.
Whoa, Priceless.
Okay, an artist everyone should listen to.
Whoa, ICEBOX.
Biggest fear as an artist.
Fighters.
Biggest lesson music can spot you.
Oh, never record with the microphone on the top because you're gonna drop in the toilet.
Okay, what is a regret you have about making music?
Why did I touch the ukulele when I was 16? I should have gone for a piano shape.
Okay, describe ICEBOX in 3 words.
Must not listen. Shit.
What's next for ICEBOX?
Must listen. There's an album. Yeah.
You're so much.
No problem.
I think that was the most entertaining I could have expected to go. I don't know what I was expecting.
Hey man, in the words of my father, 2 + 2 is 5. You asked for quick maths, not correct maths.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a quote. We're gonna quote.
yeah, just put that in the video, bro.
ICEBOX is
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us here at RadioHeatwave Studio. We had such a fun time having you here on campus. Do you have anything to say before we do?
Yeah, album's coming out. I got a new song coming out this Friday. It's called Grow Up. Listen to it. Go Up. On Spotify. ICEBOX, NTM. grow up. Why did I make that so awkward? Anyway, yeah.
Thank you for joining us